Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's have another first look at an area in the new Golden Century DLC for Europa Universalis 4. Since you guys have been so nice to watch my previous first look videos in such high numbers, which is awesome, I thought I'd just make a bunch more. And one that was requested in the comments was to look at a Mesoamerican nation, and that's actually an interesting choice. And not only because we can discuss whether this is an interesting start. Definitely has some uniquely interesting mechanics, but the question would also be, who would we be playing? Because look at the number of tags we have in Mesoamerica now. That's one of the changes with the new, with a free patch. Not actually with the Golden Century DLC, but with the 128 Spain patch, is this rework of Mesoamerica and the addition of many extra tags. Never heard of Yucatan, Tzotzil, Huastec. I don't think Otomi was here, Guamar. All of these are new. Colima was there before, Tarascan was there, Tlapanec, Aztecs of course, Tlaxcala was there, but Mixtec, Zapotec, and then some of these, but many of the others are new. Now, most don't actually have new mechanics, it doesn't seem to me. The only thing I found was that here is Mixtec, which we currently are, and there are a couple of others. We have Mesoamerican ideas, which have not been a thing before. As far as I understand, there have been, what do you guys have, like Aztecs ideas? What are these called? Oh, you're also Mesoamerican, give me the Aztecs. The Aztec ideas, and then over here we have Mayan ideas, but the Mesoamerican ones are new. As far as I can see, the Mayan ones and the Aztec ones haven't changed, but I didn't do a point-for-point comparison, so there may be some changes. But let's have a look at this one, then look around. I'm not saying we're playing as Mixtec here. Let's see what we can do. We can just jump around a bit. And you can see it's 19th November 1444. I've already accidentally passed time a little bit, but that's fine. We're just going to have a new look at this area, look at what changed, and then play around a bit for, 1, 2, 3 episodes again, just to see what we can do. So, what did I say? We have Mesoamerican ideas. If you do choose to be that, then you get bonus chance of new heir and income from vassals. Yeah, okay. And if you finish it, you get fort defense. All right. As traditions and the finisher go here, then that's not the greatest at all. But you get to start off with idea cost minus 10%, which is awesome. That saves you, what is that, 40 monarch points on every idea you take. That is 7 times 40, which is 280 monarch points on every idea group. And then if you take 4 ideas groups, you already saved 1,000 monarch points. That's not bad. And you get it first, so it's actually super impactful too. Global trade prop plus 10%, okay. Money, Diplo rep, sure. I mean, it goes, I guess, with the income from vassals, but unrest reduction, okay. Not bad. Legitimacy, construct cost reduction is pretty irrelevant, and then more trade, but mostly trade range, tiny bit of a trade efficiency bonus. Certainly not the strongest set of ideas. Neither early, there's no combat in here, and this is a very combat-rich area. Nor is there any really good late game in here. I guess the idea is that if you're strong enough to unite Mesoamerica anywhere and then just grow in America, there's not a lot of resistance once you've dealt with this Mesoamerican part. Then you can just make a bunch of money and be prepared for the Europeans. But I don't know, this seems weak. If we look over and let's just go, oops, what is it, AZT probably. There we go. If we look at the Aztecs, the Aztecs get infantry compatibility right from the start. Idea cost, the thing I liked so much about the Mesoamerican ideas, they just get it from the start right away. Don't even have to spend any points. And then they get 25% bonus manpower as a finisher. Sure, cost of reducing voice loss isn't great. Legitimacy, same difference. Manpower recovery, better. 10% morale, so more combat bonuses. Taxes, production efficiency, also ducats, and then spy network construction is not great. But so this is already way stronger. Similar-ish money and monarch point savings, and just way better command points. Maybe a bit more money in the Mesoamerican ones, but this is way stronger. So if you choose this, be aware that this is not one of the stronger idea groups, or idea group sets, I guess. Of course, if you form something like Maya, then you get new ideas anyway. Although I assume you just get Mayan ideas if you form Maya. Let's have a look at that. You guys should have Mayan ideas. Let's go to CNP. Tag CNP. Look at your ideas. So what do we get as Mayan ideas? These are old, by the way. As I said, I don't know if they actually changed. They also get the infantry combat ability, but only as a finisher. National unrest reduction, fort defense. This seems like these are all a mix of the same sort of idea. Stability cost modifier, development cost, meh. Aggressive expansion impact, okay. That's neat. Although I don't know how much you actually need that in America. Technology cost reduction is nice, a bit late, but nice. Tax modifier as well. Attrition for enemies is pretty bad. And then morale as well. So similar combat-wise to the Aztecs, only that they get it later. So we only get the morale and the infantry combat really late, while the Aztecs get it much earlier. And then we get this aggressive expansion impact, which is not insane out here, I don't think. So probably the best way to go for things here, if you just want the most powerful idea group from the start, is to, well, start as an Aztec idea country and stay Aztec instead of switching over to Mayan. Although switching over to Mayan, by the way, is not super trivial if you're Aztec anyway, because you need to be of Mayan culture, of the Mayan culture group, and you need to be of the Mayan religion. If we look at accepted cultures here, wait, no, not accepted cultures. I always look for the wrong thing, the wrong culture map mode. Is it just culture? Yeah. So we can see the Mayan cultures are around here and up here, which is interesting. We're going to get into that in a second. But not the Aztecs ones. So here you're probably not going to form Maya anyway. Can we form anything else as the Aztecs? I don't actually know. Tag AZT. Let's have a look at our decisions. At least nothing that shows up here just yet. There may be reasons for it to be hidden. All right. So that. And then we have this one Mayan culture country up here, right? Huastec. And Huastec actually has an achievement with it where you have to form Maya as these people. And what makes them interesting is that they're in the middle of all these Aztecs, which are super aggressive with their flower wars and just going to murder everybody around you. And you start as a 2-province miner with a whole whopping 6 development. And of course, Tech 1, because everybody around here is Tech 1. But so you have 6 development, and you have a ton of aggressive neighbors around you that have way more development than you do. Well, not all of them. These guys just have 9. But if you look at the Aztecs, that's not even the Aztecs here. Are you the Aztecs? Who's the Aztecs? Am I dumb? These are the Aztecs, okay. And the answer is yes to your question. 7, 12, 60, it's just like, it's like 50 development-ish compared to your 6. So that's probably one of the rougher starts if you're doing a North American start, for sure. They want to look at these guys. Maybe let's tag over to them, see if we can see anything special. What are you? HST. HST. Close you. So we have our 6 development. We have a 312 ruler, not the greatest at all, with tolerance of heathens and heretics, which is just super irrelevant. Well, I say that, but if you do expand here, you're gonna eat a bunch of Nahuatl land, because you're Mayan, but these guys are Nahuatl, and these guys are, what's that, animist, yeah. So maybe the tolerance is actually not that awful. And here you see we have the Unite Maya thing, where we need a bunch of land down here. Actually not that much land. I mean, it's spread out, so you probably have to take it all anyway, but it's actually not too many provinces you need to take to be able to form Maya. So the main challenge if you do start for this achievement, I think, is to go out and defeat all these Aztecs and make your way into Mayan land proper. I think these non-Aztec neighbors here are also new. Pretty sure that Chimichiga and Guamar were not a thing before. Which is cool, just adds some more variety. Now, what do we do about playing in this region? Well, at some point I might go for the Huastec achievement. but we're not going to do this in one of our first looks, I don't think. We could see it, have a look at the start, and you know what? Maybe that's interesting enough. I'm wondering. Because for one, of course, underdog fights are always interesting, but also it can be a bit of waiting to wait for the right chances to do things. And we don't get to do Flower Wars, which is something that is, if you have not ever played in this region, then that's probably something you should go for just to see how it works. No, you know what? We're just tagged into a Huastek. Let's just try. See if we can make anything work here. And if we can't, then I'm just gonna cheat my way into farming Maya for you, and then we're done. Or maybe not, since we've already seen the ideas. Oh, by the way, mission tree-wise, there's really nothing to find here. These guys all have the same mission tree. It's pretty much the generic one, with these 3 added ones here that give you, what's this, New World Modernization. So you just need to reform, essentially, wait for the Europeans to arrive to get feudalism, and do that. Less than 1 technology is ahead. That seems oddly... Oh, the neighboring country. Yes. Okay, so the Europeans need to be here, and you have to have reformed your religion. Which is a thing, by the way, over here, if you have never played here. For the Aztecs, it's a bit more special. If you're playing a Mayan thing, you need to pass these reforms before you can reform your whole religion, and you get bonuses for that while you're doing it. And if you're playing as the Aztecs, you have this additional doom counter that you have to continuously war or, die, essentially. So, mission trees, right. Mission trees, back to it. So, New World Modernization, have the Europeans arrive, which is always boring, waiting for that, and catch up on technology with them. Then we have to have 100 development. What do we get for it? Military power, manpower recovery, prestige, up here, innovativeness, prestige, and then sunset invasion, I assume. Okay, drive out the Europeans. Okay, that's the previous mission, of course. Okay, this is interesting. This is called drive out the Europeans, but it's not really... you don't need to have all Europeans. Oh, yes, you do. Never mind. There we go. So you need 100 development, but you also need to have no European nation in your capital region. So throw them out of here. Makes sense. And then we need to go over and grab European provinces. What do we get for that? Some monarch points. Sure. As always, generic mission tree, pretty boring. So hopefully they're gonna go back and give us some more of that later on. So let's roll a bit, see if we can make anything work as this super crappy start here. How about any sort of... I don't think people have... You have an alliance already. To Tlaxcala and Tonala. And the other people... I mean, it's not like we can attack the Aztecs. It would be nice if we could attack Totonac, who's allied to these guys down here. And of course they're bigger. And you guys have no friends right now. So Chimichanga here. Chichimeca, they have only slightly more development than we do. They have 2 gold mines, so that would be really good to grab at the start. I think that's gonna be our hopeful target. Let's go ahead and build a spy network. Yes, we are a couple of days behind because of my mistakes, but it's gonna be fine. Well, mistakes. Just pressing the spacebar when I shouldn't have. I guess that's a mistake. We're actually making some money. I'm going to focus on military. We're going to try to grab military tech before the others do. We already have the full institution tech penalty for not having feudalism, so it's going to be hard to take tech 1 here. But we still want it. So I'm going to try to somehow grab it. And maybe even grab a mill advisor. There's not a good one available. I mean, the discipline would be nice, but can't afford a half-price guy. And none of these. And I don't want to spend money on recycling these. Guess I just grab a maintenance modifier guy because he's effectively a bit cheaper. And then I'm going to drop down my maintenance anyway. Where is it? Oh, it is already down. Did I just do that? Was it down at the start? Can't have been down at the start. I must have just done it and forgotten about it. Fine. Sure. Introduce Vision Quest. Bonus prestige at stability cost. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that too. Prestige is gonna help us in combat a bit. And how's our force limit looking? We could go up by 2. I think then we actually lose ducats though. I think one thing I'm gonna do... Oh no, we can't. Oh, it's super expensive. Fudge nuggets. Primitives get 50% increased cost for development. Gee. Maybe we're not just developing. Alright. We are gonna have... Maybe I shouldn't have hired the advisor after all. But we're learning here. We have one merchant... What's my merchant doing? Collecting in Mexico. Yeah, we don't even see another trade node, so we can't use our second merchant. Awesome. Alright, I think I'm gonna pass a bit of time until we have those claims, or close to having that claim, and then we're gonna try to grab the thing. You already rivaled me, so I guess I might as well rival you back, so we get a bit faster claims here. Get our claims a bit faster. And then I'm not quite sure how we're gonna go about beating these guys just yet, because they have more troops than we do. Military. Let's make our ruler into a general. Wow, you're so perfect. 1 combat pip, that's gonna help a lot. Not. Liberty design subjects, yeah, that's fine. So what we really want to happen is that they attack us in the jungle. I think I'm gonna try to go, before we go to war, so wait a bit until we have those claims ready, or that claim. And then, they even found an ally, Tonala. Who's Tonala? These guys. We might just get murdered here. We should look for a friend, really. Did I... Or did I not? Well, I did not look for a friend yet. Would like somebody who's relatively strong, but who's not involved in the Flower Wars, who won't constantly call us into war. I don't know who that would be, though. These people, none of these people really like us much. What about you? How big are you? 10, 15 development. I mean, that's not insane. But you're Mayan, that should help. You're sort of nearby. Totonac is also 15 development. Does not like us even slightly. So these guys we're not allying. You're all about heretic religion. But I mean, you would be powerful. They are in Flower Wars, but still. The Aztecs are powerful. But they're very far away from wanting us. I'm gonna go ahead and improve with the Mixe. And I think I'm also improving with... What? Relations actions? No. Didn't just click relations actions. There. Improve relation. I'm also gonna improve with the Aztecs. Maybe we can secure that alliance. That would be very helpful. And let's just zoom ahead a bit here. Again, no clue how we're going to win this just yet. It may take... For the real campaign, it may take a couple of attempts. For our first look, we're not going to make a couple of attempts. I'm just going to see what I can do. And if it doesn't work, then we're going to tack around a bit maybe, and then call it good enough for this first look. Maybe show you a bit of the Flower Wars as well, just in case people haven't seen that just yet. Yeah, our long-term rivals. Awesome. So we're making not a lot of money. Not a lot of money at all. Okay. I did not expect this to happen so early. So we're just dead. These guys just declared war on us. We were on low army maintenance. Had our army in this place, which was maybe dumb. Should have had them in Tamaulipas, so we could at least react to this sort of thing happening. But they just saw their chance and jumped on us and murdered us. Which, yeah, maybe we could have seen. Now, I would be... We don't have a diplomat. To see if we can do anything here, like offering the vassalization. I'm gonna offer tribute. I'm gonna become your vassal. They're gonna say no because of length of war. It's interesting. We're offering you vassalization, but you're not happy enough with that. Could give you... Ooh, I can pay you in ducats. Get all my ducats too. So what does this do for us? We're gonna do it. I'm gonna give up here because we're not winning this fight, obviously. They're catching us, and they have way more troops, and we are even not on maintenance. So I'm gonna offer this. I'll be your vassal. And then I'm gonna go back to not paying my army. We fulfilled a mission, interesting. What did we fulfill? Build to force limit. Oh, our force limit dropped. How useful. I shouldn't have used the mission, but we're not going to play that long anyway. So now what we're looking for is somebody who will support our independence. And I think we're going to have to wait 5 years here, though, to do that, right? Because we have a truce with our overlord. It's probably more than 5 years. That is going to make for 10 years. It's going to make for some riveting gameplay. You know what? Let's save that part for a real campaign as Swastik. So what I would do now, this may even be a good start for a real campaign. Become somebody's subject, then look for a powerful person to support our independence and use them to give us some land. Like the Aztecs, for example. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag over to, say, the Aztecs. And then show you a bit of those flower wars in case you don't know what that is. So we can see a bit more of the region. So let's see what the Aztecs did here so far. I mean, that's the disadvantage of jumping in there a month late. They have enemies and rivals which are identical. You don't like Slapanek, Tlaxcala, and Mlatzltinka, which is certainly people. And you didn't find any friends. Unlike the other people here, Slapanek has tons of friends. You guys, who are you? You have no friends. Oh, it's me. I have no friends. You have Quaxac... Okay, somebody. And Otomi. So we have a very strong general, probably Montezuma the First. Yes, we do. This is mountains and this is highlands. We have no diplomats because we're building a spy network on Tlaxcala. We should just grab a claim. I've never done this before, I don't think. This being to jump over to an AI-controlled country and continue playing as them. And have all these things already done to my country. We are not focused on anything. I still want that military focus, I think. Definitely want a morale advisor. And then. We can have a look at the old Aztec religion here. So that's our doom counter. We get 5 every year because of the amount of provinces we have. And if it hits 100, would we lose our rulers and get all sorts of negative effects. And doom already has negative effects. You have to continue going to war to keep it down and sacrifice other rulers and stuff like that. And then if you have 5 vassals, so the idea of the flower wars is you continue vassalizing neighbors, and if you have 5 vassals, then you release them to pass a reform, then you do the whole thing all over again. So we have this Casus Belli here, Flower Wars Casus Belli. I know I'm not at 100% maintenance, I'm just showing this off. Give me a break, game. So we can just attack essentially all of our neighbors, including the people who just ate our subject, or us, essentially. But we have allies, never mind. I thought we didn't have any. That might even be the better choice here, to go for Totonac right away, even though we just gave them a subject. Let's go and raise our army maintenance, see if we can do something here in this episode before we all die. I'm just gonna check around. You have way too many friends. And I find this easier than looking for the names because I can't remember those names anyway. Okay, so 2 allies is essentially the lowest we get, and in this case, one of the allies we know is a subject. Then again, we know that these guys have 7,000 troops. While here, who would I be attacking? Otomi, which is these people, right? And Quaxtaluca, who is these people with 5k. So he would be fighting 7k, 5k, and Inca, which is who? These names. How do you spell it? Matlats Inca. These people. Oh, it's you. How did I not see you there? We find 6, 6, and 7. Oh no, you. 6, 7, and 4. And we can kill you right away. That seems kind of good. Let's just do this. Feels like they just did another unit here, but it's fine. We have Montezuma, right? We're just gonna go and crush this guy. Flower Wars, take your capital. We could declare on these guys. And no, these are the guys I did not want to declare on. You do that. You do more. So we declare on you. Declare war. Flower Wars, go. Wait 1 day, so these guys come in and try to crush them while they don't even have a general. And there are not too many forts around here, real forts, but we have one of those, and it's a Highland fort too. So starting as the Aztecs is a big start here. Great Aztec poet. We can either... Oh, these debug events, by the way, are just because I turned on debug mode for the cheating here. Let's make this a bit nicer and turn it off. There we go. We could lose 5 Doom and lose 10 legitimacy, or just gain legitimacy. We have so much legitimacy right now that I'm happy to just lose it for losing that Doom. And then we crunch that army. Stacked and wiped. And now you guys should really have to go to my capital, which is awesome, because then we can fight you on the Highlands once you log in on our fort. Should consolidate. And we should have the big advantage here. We do. We did not stack wipe them, but did most of the other things. We even got land fire damage as a bonus. And now we should even be able to chase you to death. And we can. Well, they got time to reinforce, but not enough time. So now the issue is that we have... that these guys are gonna rebuild their troops, and we don't want to give them the time. I think what I'm doing like this, I'm going to do here is slowly allow them to take some of my land, allow them to rebuild some troops, but not a ton, and then try to crush them over and over again until we're good. Here I'm happy to, I think, take this and group up. And I'm not gonna actually siege down this capitals yet. You're not here, interesting. Where's that 4k stack? Okay, there are 2,900 Huatzoltink, these guys who are stacked somewhere. I think I'm okay. It's a bit dangerous. I'm gonna leave one guy on the Totonac to our Kapan fort here. I'm going to send the rest to kill the 3,000 Matzaltinka. If I can catch them somewhere. They're going to Quatzmala, which is fine. No way you're going back there. Yeah, we're catching them now. Good. And with that done, I think we can start taking our land back, start taking their land, make sure they don't rebuild troops, and then we're gonna take forts last. Lose Diplopower or lose... Oh, we have estates, of course. Didn't realize we had estates here, but of course we do. So let's have a quick look at our estates. And whether our AI already did something. They did not. These guys have high influence. Do you have land? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, they have... Okay, some land handed out. Actually handed... You don't never hand gold mines to estates. Don't do that. I don't know if they started as this. I have no idea. So you guys, I want you to be happy and wrong one. Let's take this one too. Powerful and demand your admin support. And you guys need to be happy and powerful and give you military support. And you guys can't do much. I'm just gonna ask you for some ducats. All right. And then we're gonna handle that rest. Lose loyalty on the merchants. No, gain it on the merchants. I'm going to lose it on the merchants because they don't matter right now anyway. And I don't care too much for Diplo power at this stage either. Now, how do we do this here? How many enemies do we have? We have 2,700 enemies. I'm going to leave a small stack on each of these provinces. And then I'm going to go and try to look for those people. So we have no Doom right now. So there's really no point in spending legitimacy to lose Doom. So I'm just going to gain the legitimacy back that we lost earlier. Alright, I think we're good here, actually. Except for the fact that we're lacking... Well, we have no idea where that other stack is. They must be hiding somewhere in the Fog of War. Quite know why they would be doing that, but it's fine by me. So with this spread that we're doing here, we have ensured that they can't rebuild any troops. That's why I'm doing this. We're also looting in the meanwhile, which is nice and all. But mainly, we're looking for this. Now we're going to siege stuff down. We're going to siege... probably going to have to siege this Highlands fort down as well, but maybe not. There's a secondary participant. Maybe we don't need that. We'll see. We're going to look for grabbing not tons of lands here, but more likely subjects. Because we need subjects to reform our religion anyway. And we need to have... if we have more land, Doom ticks faster. Taking a bit more land is always nice. But I don't think that that's something we're going to do here. Anything super interesting? Like any additional gold mines? One thing that would be interesting to take would be the fort actually in Guatemala here. So we don't have to tear that down again. So maybe that's something we're going for after all. So we have to siege it down then. But that's going to be alright. I still wish I knew where that army is. Would be very helpful. But they're not willing to talk. That power projection. Are we fighting rivals anyway? I didn't really pay attention to who we attacked. Schlapperneck, Tlaxcala, and the Muttl Tinker. And we're fighting Muttl Tinker. So yeah, maybe I get some. If we take land from them. We didn't declare war on them directly, so we won't get anything from that. But I think we'll get it from the other things. We're apparently improving with Tarascan for reasons. Who's a Tarascan? These guys who love me now. But they won't ally me anyway, right now. Alright, come on. Get it done. Get it done. There we go. Siege. I think I want to take these guys' land now. Because we have the... Well, they're a secondary participant. We want to take a lot of this war. So we want to piece them out separately. And for a good separate peace, we want the enemy to not be... Well, we don't want to get call for peace. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we've been improving with some people. Interesting to see what the AI does. No, you stay there. Well, this is a gold mine too. So tempting. But taking too much land as the Aztecs is just bad. We'll have to see what we can do here in our peace deal. Anyway, that is what I was waiting for. You guys to show back up. Yes, leave one guy here. And take the rest of the army out to beat our former selves. And they're just gonna run. Where are you gonna run to? Cinnamon? Fine, if you're gonna run, then I'm just gonna go back to sieging. And keep this 3 stack here to scare them off. Maybe that's enough. I mean, I'm fine if I never have to fight them. That's quite alright. That's gonna be quite alright. I would like to finish this war off in this episode, so I'm gonna maybe... yeah, I'm gonna buy mercantilism for a tiny bit of Diplo, that's fine. Trustworthy allies. Get that Diplo rep. Sure, let's just do it for now. Yes, I love a good story. Gain more prestige. Yeah, I'm taking it. Prestige is good. It's good to be prestigious. So what would we have to do to sue for... Could we even get this space? We take the gold mine and the So my dream piece with these guys, I think, is this and vassalization, which is technically possible. We would need to take the fort, and we would need a decent amount of war score. But yeah, that's quite possible. Should probably be going for that. I don't think it's going to be enough to take their capital, but maybe. Would be great if we didn't have to siege down this. At least it's only level 2 fort. Often you have the issue of over here that the level 4 fort is also their capital, which in turn means, or the level 2 fort is also their capital, which means it's actually level 3 fort, which would of course not be fun. Here we only need 6 or well 7 guys, I guess, to siege them down. But yeah, we're gonna have a look at that next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, anything like that, of course, always put it down there. Any suggestion how to make it better, put it down there in the comment section. And I would always appreciate your likes and your subscribes if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time.